YouTube, meu nome é Ulisses, editor do blog Astronomia na Veia. Você está no nosso canal, seja muito bem-vindo ao nosso canal Astronomia na Veia, trazendo o que de melhor acontece no Brasil e no mundo da ciência, lançamentos, pesquisas e muito mais relevante à ciência e à astronomia. E se você não é inscrito, já desce e já se inscreve no nosso canal, ativa o sininho de notificações para ficar por dentro de tudo que acontece no seu canal Astronomia na Veia. E é claro, já deixa o seu like, isso ajuda e fortalece o nosso canal a ser mais divulgado pelo próprio YouTube, galera. Também compartilhe com um amigo seu que gosta, que curte a ciência. Vamos ao vídeo!
We're at T-minus 15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. And liftoff of the Atlas V, launching the first interplanetary mission from the West Coast, and NASA's InSight, the first outer space robotic explorer to study the interior of Mars.
Good. Check the pressures and RPMs. Expect the band at this point. RD-180 continues to look good at this point in the mission. Check the pressures, pump speeds, expected regions, to ratio, controlling within expected parameters.
The RD-180 engine providing 860,000 pounds of thrust.
Vehicle body rates continue to look good. All booster systems look nominal at this point. Mach 1.
The rocket is now traveling faster than the speed of sound. Coming up, the rocket will enter max Q. This is the point where mechanical stress on the rocket reaches its peak because of the rocket's velocity and resistance created by Earth's atmosphere.
Coming up on the throttle down. Booster has throttled back, right on schedule. Signatures look good. Pump speeds, injector pressures continue to look right within band. Body rates controlling down the middle. Current altitude is 13 miles, downrange distance 7 miles, current velocity 1,965 miles per hour. Closed loop guidance has begun.
The first part of the flight was pre-programmed trajectory. Now the rocket is giving itself feedback on its flight path.
And Q alpha steering has begun. Body rates look good. Pump speeds, injector pressures, all within band. RCS pyro valve has been fired. System is now pressurizing flight level. Signatures look good. Current altitude is 30 miles, downrange distance 43 miles, current velocity 4,542 miles per hour.
You're looking at a live view from the Atlas V rocket. The RD-180 engine continues to burn.
Flight rates continue to look good. RD-180 still performing well. Q alpha steering has been completed. Booster is now 1/4 of its liftoff weight. Currently flying at 4 G's acceleration. Boost phase cooldown has begun. Pogo pyro valve has been fired. Moving the throttle to 5 G's.
We're at 3 minutes 50 seconds into flight, and we're nearing booster engine cutoff, or BECO.
Back to 4.6 G's in preparation for BECO. Boost phase cooldown has completed. And we have BECO. Shutdown looks good.
and the RD-180 engine on the first stage of the Atlas V has shut down.
Stage separation. We have box and fuel pre-start. The GN2 purge firing of the RCS is underway. Centaur now controlling just slightly fuel rich. Chamber pressures, LOX pump discharge, and fuel venturi all within band. And we have MECO. Engine shutdown looks good. We have 4S settling motors on. We have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10. And we have MECO. And we have indication of spacecraft set.
InSight is now traveling at a velocity of 2,000 meters per second. InSight has passed through peak deceleration. Telemetry shows the spacecraft saw about 8 G. InSight should now be experiencing the peak heating rate. Ground stations are observing signals consistent with parachute deploy.
Marco Alpha, Marco Bravo, maintain lock status.
Altitude convergence, the radar has locked on the ground.
Yes.
Standing by for lander separation. Lander separation commanded. Altitude 600 meters. Altitude 400 meters. 200 meters. 80 meters. 60 meters. 30 meters. 20 meters. 17 meters. Standing by for touchdown. Touchdown confirmed.